What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing back the series of how much do they make. So I'm going to break down YouTubers or entrepreneurs or just different business people, mainly YouTubers, how much they make. And today we're going to do Christian Guzman. Now, he has a pretty interesting setup because he has a lot of different streams of income. Now, most of these I feel like I got pretty close, but there was one or two where I had to kind of guesstimate based off a couple different factors, and I'll share it with you. So let's just jump right into it. So Christian, if you guys don't know, fitness YouTuber, has just under 800,000 subscribers right now and just been posting YouTube videos and started a couple businesses off of that. He does a little bit more the entrepreneur route than most YouTubers do who aren't in that niche. So he's mainly in fitness, but he does talk a little bit about business and other things here and there, and has gotten into more entrepreneurial ventures, more so than just affiliate links and ad revenue from YouTube like most YouTubers do. So he has that entrepreneurial spirit a little bit. So first thing, obviously, is his YouTube ad revenue. So with fitness, I'm guessing the CPM is around $4. So he gets paid $4 every 1,000 views. Now this varies greatly depending on the niche, your average watch time, a lot of different factors, mainly being the niche. For example, my niche, I get about $10 per 1,000 views I get. The comedy niche gets about $1. Average is normally $3 to $5, so I put him right in the middle at 4. And he gets about 2.7 million views per month. So right there, that's $10,800 a month from just posting YouTube videos, and that's $130,000 a year. Now, all of the videos on YouTube, stop right there at saying how much he makes, and then don't say anything. They only show YouTube. So let's actually jump into it and break it down. So based off of some of his videos, I went and searched back because, you know, he writes on the whiteboards and breaks down his numbers sometimes, but doesn't actually give you the numbers, kind of leaves them up in the air and makes it very general. Now, some of the stuff he says, I believe. Some of the stuff I don't, or he doesn't lie about it, but he tries to pretend it's like one way when I know for a fact it's not. So for his gym, when he opened it, so 3 months after opening, he showed he was making like $5,000 profit a month, and his expenses were about $25,000 to $30,000 a month. So I put his monthly expenses for his gym to be $35,000, and at the time he had $40,000 in revenue, about $35,000 coming in from the gym. Now I'm gonna assume that went up, especially after 3 months of opening. He's letting more people in. He's not gonna run a gym if it's making him $5,000 a month. That's not worth his time, obviously for filming and stuff. So I guesstimate he's up, I think this is a low ball, but $65,000 a month from people joining the gym, coming in, just working out. So his costs right there are $35,000, so it's about $30,000 a month in profit right there, bringing it to $360,000 for the year. Now next we have his Alphalete store. Now this is the one I guesstimated on. I could be way off on this. I went back trying to find his older videos and I couldn't find them, of him saying how many units he ordered. And then I waited kind of for the next video to talk about his next order, which is usually 3 or 4 months apart. So when he talks about his orders for his clothing store and things like this, so Alphalete is his brand, it's a fitness clothing brand. I went off kind of his orders, how long I thought that would last him, and kind of the price he charges. So on average, I said he gets about 10,000 sales from Alphalete, which again, I think is lowball, but this is kind of the guesstimate here. The average sale price on the store is about $40. So yes, they have higher ticket items. They have things that are $5, $10, but the majority is going to be the t-shirts, the pants and whatnot, which all are around like 25 to 55. And you can count single orders. People might order multiple units of something. So I just put the average price of an order to be $40. Now his average cost I put is $25 from making to finish, which probably is lower. I was trying to be conservative on these, so say he makes less than what I actually think it is. So let's say $15 profit per sale off a $40 sale price. So each month he's making $520,000 revenue. 150 of that is profit before other expenses. And I just guesstimate he has about $50,000 in expenses for people he hires, the warehouse. Actually, it's probably higher thinking about the warehouse now, but we'll go with that anyway. And we'll say his monthly expenses are 50 grand. Let's say 20,000 employees, 30,000 for the warehouse and a couple other things, because his gym was about 15,000 a month, I believe. So 20, 25 for the warehouse would probably be realistic. Now that brings his profit to $100,000 a month and $1.2 million a year from Alphalete alone. Now, obviously this will vary when he does launches and other things. And now is when we get into the more interesting part. So he has an energy drink, but he was recently sued for it, which I took into account, which you'll see in a second. So let's just go over this. So Up Energy, it's an energy drink. He sells it exclusively in packs of 12. It's $30 for a pack of 12. I'm kind of guesstimating his cost to be around $14 after everything, off of a $30 sale price, so about 50%, which is good. And he said on one of his videos that 50% of his sales go to independents, so like grocery stores, gas stations, things like that, and they want a 30 to 40% margin. So let's say they want a 30% margin and they're gonna sell for $30 as well. That means Christian would have to sell it to them, leaving them that profit. So he would then only make $6 profit per unit. So per pack of 12. Again, leaving a 30 to 40% margin for the independents. And that means he's making $15,000 off of that. So 5,000 units, half of which, 2,500, sold to independents, so 2,500. And then we multiply that by 6, which is his profit per each 12 pack. You get 15,000 right there. And then 50% he sells on his own through the website for Up Energy. He makes about 16 profit per 12 pack. Again, that's my guesstimate, which comes out to about 40,000 profit. I say he has a couple employees. Most of the expenses right here for creating the product and all of that is what's included in there. This is pretty much employees and just managing the small things. So I put 15,000, which leaves his monthly profit at 40,000. Now, recently he got in a lawsuit because he literally copied the exact same bottle, the same style, and the name of a company called Uptime Energy. Literally the same exact bottle he took from them, the cap, and pretty much the whole bottle design and name almost. And he got sued for that. Now, most likely he would have lost probably upwards over $1 million for that type of lawsuit. But my guess is he probably can't afford to take that hit with how much money he has tied up in businesses, or he'd have to sell everything, hence why he sold his Aventador. But I'm thinking they worked out something with that company where they're giving them X amount of profit, or they own X amount of Up Energy's company. So let's say he settled with them. So instead of giving them $1 million, he says, all right, I'm going to give you guys 20% of this company. Now, why would the other company do it that sued him? Well, they're going to make more in the long run from that if this business runs for a couple of years than just having to spend all the legal fees to keep going and pushing with that to prove it, and the money they get, how much could they actually collect? Now, one thing a lot of people don't get, which I might make a video on this, is if Christian has a separate LLC for this business and it's not connected to him, and let's say that company, his LLC has 100,000 in their business bank account, the company suing him couldn't get more than 100,000. They couldn't go be like, all right, Christian, give us your house, give us your money from Alphalete. If he has an LLC and he set it up correctly, they can only sue his LLC, where Christian would be forced to shut down the LLC and claim bankruptcy for that LLC, and they'd get whatever money that business had in assets or money, which would be that 100,000. So even if they were suing him for 10 million, they could only get whatever that business has, not Christian as a whole. So if he did that, that's probably why I'm assuming they work something out like this. That way Christian can keep the name, keep all the work he did, and keep doing everything that way. So I'm gonna say, it might be around here, but he gave them 20% of the business, and we'll just say they get 20% of the profit, which is $8,000 a month they're getting right now if it stays at this. So Christian's profit comes out to $32,000 a month and $384,000 a year right there. Now next, he did make one short video on this, talking about this a little bit, which I did find, is the Ghost supplement. So pretty much he's an affiliate, but he's one of the main figures behind this company. If this company didn't have him, they would pretty much be nothing. They started with him from scratch pretty much. I'm assuming he owns a portion of this company. He doesn't talk about it, but he gets a monthly salary and an affiliate commission. I know that for a fact. I'm gonna guess his monthly salary is upwards of $10,000. I think it's more. I lowballed it. And his affiliate commission is 25%. So I think the percentage, the affiliate, 25, 30%, it's right around there. The monthly salary, I think, would be higher, or he owns a part of that company as well, because he's the main one driving all the traffic. They don't really partner with anyone else who's as big as Christian, so he's their main money-making source. So he probably gets a nice salary and commission. So let's just say a 25% of his subscribers, which is just under 800,000, purchases 1 unit from Ghost Supplements each year. A 25%, not even 1%, a 25%. That is 2,000 orders. Oh, I'm sorry, a month, not a year. 2,000 orders pretty much a month, with the average purchase price being $35 based off of what they sell in their different prices. So this would be the average purchase price about. And that means they are getting about 70,000 in sales. Christian gets 25% of that, which is about 17,000 plus his monthly salary of 10,000, which comes out to just over 27,000 a month in profit for Christian, bringing him to just about 327,000 profit per year from Ghost Supplements. Now next, he's also affiliated with Bite Meals. Now this one, I don't know if he has a salary. When you're this big of an influencer, usually anything you're an affiliate for, companies you work with for long periods of time, they send you free stuff obviously, give you a monthly salary. Now if you're a smaller YouTuber, even someone like my size, you're probably not gonna get a salary and commission. You're most likely just gonna get commission. But with this, I think he's big enough where he's getting a salary. I don't think it's huge. It's probably $5,000 to $10,000, so I just put 5. And I'm gonna say, because I think margins on Bite Meals are a little bit smaller than something like supplements, I'm gonna say he gets 15% commission because I think Bite Meals is working on smaller profit margins. Now let's just say he gets a 0.1% of his subs to buy a month of Bite Meals. Now Bite Meals are a little bit more expensive than something like the supplements because normally you're not gonna order 1 meal. So I said he gets 15% of that, and that means about 800 people are purchasing through his link each month. And the average purchase price, so normal meals are $10 to $15 on there. So I assume people buy 5, 6 on average, because some people like me, I ordered 30, some people might order 2 or 3. So I think it evens out. You could say anywhere from $50 to $70, I'd say. So that means the sales he's bringing them are 55,000, which he gets 15% of, comes out to 8,000, plus his salary is 13,000 a month right there, bring it to 160,000 a year. Now next, this one I guessed a little bit also, is Movement Watches. Now he obviously gets an affiliate commission from them. I'm gonna assume they pay him a salary because I have talked to the owners of Movement before. So I think he gets a salary. I probably lowballed it again, but $7,500 a month I put. I think it's probably 10 to 20,000 realistically. And I'm gonna say he gets about a 15% commission because it is a little bit higher ticket items. Their average sale price is about $100, $120. And we're gonna say, again, same percentage, a 0.1% of his subscribers buy through his link every month. So that's another 800 people per month. Average purchase price is 100. So that means he's getting 79,000 in sales per month, which he gets 15% of, which is just under $12,000 plus his salary right here, making his profit right around 19,000 per month, about 232,000 a year there. Now, lastly is his online coaching. Now, this is what his channel's about, fitness, everything. So if something around whatever he talks about the most is gonna get a better conversion rate. So to put this in perspective, I have about 10% of my subscribers purchase one of my courses. So I have almost 90,000 subscribers. I have over 9,000 students. So 10%. I'm guessing he gets 6% a year in his niche on a cheaper item. So with this, I'm guessing he gets 0.5% of his subscribers each year, not each month, each year, to purchase his coaching. So I'm saying, I said 6%. 0.5% a year. So you could multiply this by 12, but it's obviously he's not making that much. So 0.5% of his subscribers each year purchase his online coaching, which is I think it's an 8, a 12, and a 16 week personal program. You contact him and blah, blah, blah. So they range, I think it's $209, $299, and then $380. So I'm saying the average is $250 because most people will buy the cheapest one, but some will buy the higher end one. So if he's getting 0.5% of his subs to buy at an average of $250, that means he's making $82,000 a month, or $987,500 a year just from that online coaching, which he probably outsources to other people, and it's probably not actually him, to be realistic. So if you add up all his totals, so he has YouTube, he has his gym, he has Alphalete, he has Up Energy, he has Go Supplements, which he's an affiliate for, Bite Meals and Movement, which he's an affiliate for, and his coaching programs. Now I know he has Alphalete YouTube channel, but it doesn't get tons of views. It's probably an extra couple $100 a month, so I didn't want to include that in here. It brings his yearly income to $3.7 million. Now a lot of people would be saying, well, I thought he maybe made like $1 to $2 million. That seems pretty high. The type of businesses Christian has are very dependent on capital and inventory. So yes, he has this income. Obviously, he has a little bit other expenses as well. I don't just know them all off the top of my head. But he has to reinvest a lot of money in inventory. So perfect example. So you see this is his yearly income, but a lot of that's going to be reinvested into his businesses, so it's not just left in his pocket sitting there. So let's use Up Energy as an example. He did a video saying he bought 150,000 units. I assume that was single cans, not 12 packs. So we'll say that's 5,000 units for fun. Let's say that's 10,000 units. He just bought 10,000 units. Now, so we said his cost is $14 a unit, and he just ordered 10,000 of them for the next month. That's 140 grand out of his pocket right there before he gets more money in. And obviously to keep businesses going, like the energy drinks, the Alphalete store, if he's getting 10,000 and he's working on new products, that's more money up front. So a lot of this is his money's front loaded. So if he's ordering this many products with this, that's $250,000 right there. Plus if he's trying to create new products around that. So the type of businesses he has make great money. They do great in sales, but they're not amazing when it comes to cash flow, which doesn't really matter. It's a long-term thing for him, but his cash flow isn't amazing. So if you put in all his orders for the year, that probably takes away half of this. I'd say half of that's gone because it's in either inventory he has or different things like that, new projects, etc. So I'm thinking his take home that he pays himself is probably $1 to $2 million a year. The rest is kind of tied up in inventory. So he does make a substantial amount. If he wanted to cash out, sell the business, he could probably walk away with $5, $10 million and be set. But that's obviously not his goal. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was informative. If you think I did anything wrong or you know information for a fact is wrong on here, leave it in the comments, let me know, and just make the adjustments and we can see what it's really at. So if you're new, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.